In the image above is the stockroom of one of my workplace. At work, I carry out heavy boxes filled with apparel and shoes, which can be draining, alongside working between 4 to 8 hour shifts. Work does increase my caffeine intake, as I need to stay active and energetic to keep myself up throughout the day. If not, I would feel extremely sluggish and could barely do multiple tasks. This is an energy drink that I usually take for caffeine to stay awake. I tend to only drink caffeine when I have a long day ahead of myself, as doing errands all day, working, or doing school assignments. I enjoy caffeinated beverages as they serve two purposes, one of them being that it's refreshing and tastes amazing, while the other one is that it allows me not to become drowsy. Basketball has always been a hobby interest of mine, and I can play for hours. I typically drink water or some caffeinated beverages in order to continue playing as much as I want, be exhausted while playing. During the basketball session, I will see myself consuming a little bit of caffeine to feel satisfied on how long I have been getting my cardio and while playing. This is an image in my setup when I'm doing classwork or simply studying. This correlates to my relationship with caffeine, and as it keeps me focused staying up to complete my work, to avoid deadlines. I'll try my best not to drink any energy drink to stay up, yet I will do so for the sake of finishing tasks I will need to do. This final image consists of two of my dog. There are times when I'm only able to walk them in the early morning and feel awake. I will drink coffee to get myself moving up to the speed. My dogs are another reason to keep me spirited throughout the day as they are energy boosters. I'm not a morning person, and drinking coffee helps me get my day started at an earlier time than what I am used to. Photo here is my biology class. I do not go to sleep early, so I am usually very sleepy in this class. I don't drink coffee very often, only if I know I have something important in the morning and I didn't get enough sleep night before. I don't drink regular coffee or anything like that, but I'll have a Red Bull every now and then. At Mission College cafeteria, whenever I pass through here, I always get the urge to buy a little snack and drink to pass my day. Since I have a meal card and I buy something small and without thinking about it. Red Bull is my energy drink of choice, although they are kind of expensive in the cafeteria, so I'd rather get something else. I would say being a student at Mission College has increased my caffeine intake a bit. I don't drink it often, but if I have an early class, I might. The fridge has what I usually get in the mornings, which is double shot mocha coffee drink from Starbucks. I'm not a fan of taste of coffee, but the mocha helps. This does makes me want to drink caffeine because it's a specific drink I like. This is a vending machine that has Celsius drink, and I have had a few when they're not too bad, but I like Red Bull better. Sitting in traffic at 7:30 a.m. is one of my least favorite things about going to class. Not only extremely early in the morning, it takes about an hour to get to school. The combination of waking up early and sitting in traffic makes me undoubtedly tired. On the days I have to make this drive, I have an energy drink with me. Not only does it keep me awake during the drive, it also keeps me awake during class. Labs, especially in organic chemistry, can make me bored and tired. With most of labs in organic chemistry, they take the whole lab period due to the reactions. I will say that half the lab is waiting for the results and reaction to happen. Because of this, find myself getting bored while waiting. Labs can also be exhausting with all the energy that I use. This always makes me want to grab an energy drink before class. My longest day had me going to 3 classes from 8:40 to 5:25 p.m. between 2 different campuses. Because I'm constantly in class and moving around, I'm exhausted by the end of the day. Unfortunately, my day doesn't end when class ends. I have to sit through traffic to get home. And once I get home, I sit back down and start studying. I tend to go through a little bit more caffeine on these days. I always find myself falling asleep in my favorite classes. This semester, I just so happens to be physics. Coincidentally, I have physics on my busiest day. When my professor initiated our break, I head straight to the cafeteria to grab an energy drink. It's the only thing that will keep me awake and learn. I think the thing that fuels my caffeine intake the most is easy accessibility. There are multiple vending machines all around the school. What adds to is $30 voucher. I often mindlessly buy energy drink or coffee from these vending machine or cafeteria because I don't have to think about spending my own money.
This is a water bottle I kept next to me during my homework and dinner. Usually for dinner, I drink water or old Arizonas. But usually by dinner, I realize I haven't drank enough water, so I decide to go with something healthier. My family does a really good job at keeping the house stocked with cold water, whether bottle or gallons full, so it's easy access at all times. This was a coffee I bought Monday morning, October 20. I did get it at Mission. I had actually been looking for the coffee, but I couldn't find any, so I had gotten a lemonade instead. However, just as I was around the corner, I saw them and I caved in on getting coffee. I actually went to get coffee the next day. However, I did drink it through a couple hours. My Stanley absolutely helps me drink so much water. Unfortunately, it broke on me, so I haven't been using it. But I brought this with me everywhere. I love filling it with water and a whole bunch of ice every morning, and it motivates me to stay hydrated. I love drinking ice cold water and chewing any ice left over. I think the cute color had an impact on my motivation too. This is one of the 2 coffee makers my parents actively use. This impacts my caffeine intake because coming from a big coffee drinker family, it's hard to not crave some as well. Even though I would consider myself as the less drinker, they did influence me into drinking coffee at a young age, especially fraps or iced coffees. Sometimes in the morning they'll offer me some or whenever it's cold. I also bought this Red Bull at school, although not often. I do drink energy drinks every now and then when I crave one, or when I'm having a long day. Whether they are Red Bulls, Monsters, or Yerba Mates, I do enjoy having them. However, since gastritic issues run in my family, I do try to keep my intake of them low for prevention purposes. This one specifically has been sitting in my fridge for a couple of days. I think seeing such a big variety of energy drink options at school definitely influences me into buying them ever so often. Sometimes I could walk into a place and see drinks like lattes or energy drinks and be tempted even though it's something I wasn't there for. Just seeing it on a menu board or as an option always tempts me, and sometimes I indulge in it. I work at a smoothie place and we recently started carrying this Energy Bloom drinks. Although I don't personally like drinking caffeine that much, every time I'm at work and see this, I have the urge to try one. I think it has something to do how it's caffeinated, but it isn't your usual coffee or latte, and that's what really drives me to try it, especially since I'm at work and it's so convenient for me since it's always stopped out in our fridge. This is my half-gallon water bottle and I carry with me literally everywhere I go, which really does influence my caffeine intake just because I always have it with me. I tend to drink way more water when I have it around, and it depresses my cravings to drink anything else like sodas or juices, anything else that isn't water, to be honest. I have this instant coffee packets lying around the house, and I bring them with me when I know I'm having a rough morning. Whenever I see these, I'm more influenced to drinking caffeine, especially just because of how convenient it is to pack these and go, knowing I can stop by one of those cafes at Mission and grab some hot water to make myself a cup. My pre-work that I stopped taking because I realized how much caffeine there was in it and was getting worried about how much caffeine I was ingesting since I was using it quite regularly too. Seeing how much caffeine is in products that usually hinders me from how much I digested, just because I'm really on key about my sleep schedule. Since I already have an irregular sleeping schedule, I try to stay away from caffeine as much as I can because I don't want to make my sleeping patterns even worse. This space is located in the Business and Technology building, and I have been coming here lately to breathe and take breaks after long study sessions to prevent myself from falling asleep. This is a photo taken around campus. It is known that vitamin D from the sun is important for the human body and brain. Therefore, I like to take short walks to keep myself awake when I'm feeling sleepy and tired. This is one of the reasons why I prefer studying during the day, as I can take advantage of daylight. I took this photo from the place I utilize to study when I'm at Mission College, which is the library. Having enough light and a nice view keeps me awake and motivated to get my work done. I use nature as a motivational tool. This is a place where I have been studying recently. It is a clean and organized space, but most importantly, it is quiet and calm, which allows me to concentrate and work on projects. My brain does not need caffeine when I'm working in a clean space. I wanted to put this picture in position 5 because I am aware of the importance of water. Whenever I am feeling tired, I stand up and take a short walk, use the restroom, and drink water. Drinking water helps me stay awake and does not harm my body as caffeine drinks do. In conclusion, I want to highlight that I used to drink a lot of energy drinks. However, I have realized how harmful they are for my health. Caffeine might not be bad if you drink it once in a while, but when studying, I choose to stay away from it.